Hello. Just talking about Paul Skenes a little bit today, and like, what if you're trying to make an adjustment to your mechanics? What exactly? Where do you want to start? Essentially, right? So I'll say step one in throwing, right, is does the arm work? Is the arm in strong positions, healthy positions? And when you see Skenes at foot strike, his foot, this is what we're looking for. As his front foot hits the ground, we want his arm to be within 90 degrees from his shoulder here, or it's within 90 degrees and 45 degrees. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for his shoulder. We're looking for, at this point, we're looking for his arm to be within 45 degrees and 90 degrees from his shoulder. Okay, so you can see that it's in that little window there. So just to give you a little better visual, probably we want to go here and right about here. Like, we want the arm to be within that window at foot strike, so it puts us in a good position, the strongest position to enter layback and deliver the baseball. Okay, so I mean, bottom line is that's step one. Does the arm work? Is the arm efficient? Is it strong? Is it healthy? Once that box gets checked, comes the rest of the delivery. Okay, and when we're looking at the rest of the delivery, we should start with the foundation of the delivery, right? Same deal. If we're building a house, if we want to build something strong, right? We need to start strong. We need the bottom to be strong, which is the lower half. Okay, the legs. This is step one, the drive leg, or I should say step two. Once the arm gets checked off, once we see your arm is healthy and strong, then I'll check out step two. Okay, and step two, I've talked about it in some other videos, is like, we just don't want to have the pressure on the front part of our foot here. We do not want to be toe dominant. Okay, and you can see right here that Paul Skenes is flush to the ground, completely flush, and that knee is stacked over his ankle. All right, this is the strongest position for our leg, right? We walk like this. We do stuff like this naturally because this is our strong position. Okay, this is how we hold our body weight, and naturally, right? If we stand up on our tippy toe, we're going to be off balance and we're going to see inconsistent movement, right? Inconsistent. I don't even know what I said, but we're going to see inconsistent movement. So setting yourself up in a good position to have the rest of your mechanics follow. Okay, we can't totally look at the front side or lead leg block until we look at the drive leg, in my opinion, because whatever you do here in your drive leg is going to set up the rest of your delivery. Okay, and it's not like anything in this game. There's no umbrella teaching. It works different for everybody. If you look at guys across the league, you'll see tons of variations of this, but this is what helps Paul Skenes throw 100 miles an hour as a starting pitcher pretty consistently. It's because this allows us to collect energy. Any potential energy that we have in our body, right, is up for use. But this is also how we use the ground to gain energy and momentum and get down the mound. And you can see he's holding his foot flush until he gets down the mound, and then boom, rotate the hips, delaying hip rotation. That's the goal. And when we're on our toe, it's not strong enough for us to hold our mechanics down the mound. We need to be in a strong position back here. This is a good loaded hip. Heel slightly pointed towards the catcher. good. I mean, obviously good. But I think if you're an athlete who is looking to get better, I think looking at these guys, these professionals, over and over again, and especially in their lower half, pay attention to how they're using the ground. Pay attention to what their lower half looks like as it's going down the mound, because the lead leg block you see here, his ability to stop his momentum, comes from a good drive face. It allows him to keep his weight back until it's time to transfer late and transfer energy through the baseball. Okay? If we're transferring early, and this comes all the way back, right? So let me go all the way back. If we're on our toe here, what we're going to get is we're going to get early hip rotation. So this hip right here would already be leaking a little bit towards the target, leaking potential energy. If I'm up on my toe, this hip is going to come forward with me, right? So that's why it's important to stay grounded for as long as possible until it's time to unleash, all right? And anybody out there looking to improve their mechanics on the mound, look at step 1. Step 2. Step 1 definitely 2 though, because if we're not doing step 1, then we definitely have no chance at staying healthy or performing at maximum capability. So check the arm off, make sure the arm's in good spots. We'll talk about that in other videos, I'm sure, but this one here is just about the lower half really, and how this position right here, this is a great spot, affects everything else down the line. Okay, you can see he doesn't transfer his weight forward until boom, and you can tell his weight shifts forward because of where his center of mass is. His center of mass, his head, his torso is slightly behind the center of mass still a little bit, and as he's ready to unleash, boom, you see the transfer of energy onto the front side and body flow. Really good. And I could tell you that he did make an adjustment, right? There is an adjustment made, and I'll show you exactly why. Watch his foot here. You see his drive leg here. And he goes. Tilts a little bit, but he still holds the ground really well all the way down, okay? All the way down. Now I'm going to exit out, hopefully, let's see. Right here. And you can see the adjustment. This is going to be a pain. Look at that foot. And now, clearly, this isn't something that it was like killing Skenes. I mean, he was a stud in college, right? Like, it just goes to show you that there's always something that we can do, right? He's much more stable now throughout his delivery. He's got a stronger and more consistent foundation. That the slide is inconsistent. It's not, that's leaked potential energy. Okay, and now he does a far better job of keeping that heel grounded, keeping energy flush throughout the whole foot. And you could see a little, like he wants to, little bit, but there's no twist. You don't see any twist. You don't see that heel.
The clouds are forming down the right field line. They have already formed for LSU. 5 boots.
All right. Don't need to see that. Small difference, but that's just going to help him stay consistent, and it's just going to help him stay adjustable throughout the rest of his mechanics. If we're not consistent here, it's going to be hard to adjust down the line as well. Okay, so if we're consistent right here, we can make adjustments down here. And that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you.